Hi team, Alaric Hammell here, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the basics of WordPress from the admin login. Now you'll see here we're at the UVA Global Network homepage, and anything in WordPress when you're trying to log into the page, the main page, you can just enter a slash and wp-admin, A-D-M-I-N, and hit enter, and that'll take you to the login screen. You can also do it from the email that was sent on a new user creation, but the WP admin at the end of the UVaClubs.virginia.edu domain works just as well. And then when you get to the login page, enter your username and password and click login. Okay, and then while that's loading, we can hop over here. Alrighty. So now we're in the dashboard. And the dashboard is basically the control panel, where everything is used to control. What you're looking at here is it shows you an overview of the content, posts, pages, categories, all the different tags that we've used, comments, and you can see there's a lot of them been marked by spam automatically. And then also we have here under the dashboard on the menu on the left, you can see My Home, Sites. Now if you're an admin of more than one site, you would be able to go through and look at it under this. Under the UVA Global Network, you can click on Visit Site, and that'll take you to the actual web page. Now also, here under New is where if you wanted to, through this menu, this drop down, you could create anything new you wanted to. Posts, media, page, groups, like for the clubs, cabs, and pins. And also what's important here to remember is a lot of these settings. Now these I don't deal much with, and you won't be dealing much with as well. Mostly we're here in the content section. So under posts, for example, if we wanted to create a new post, you can see this is a category of all the posts that we have so far. You could actually edit one by clicking on it. Okay, and now here the important things here, you see the title, which shows up as the header on the post, the permalink, which is the link that never changes. You can edit that if need to make it shorter, or you can get the short link, which will do a pop-up of the non-friendly URL. But most of us like the friendly URLs better. Here is the WYSIWYG Editor. What you see is what you get. You can see we have a slideshow that's deployed here, some text. Now these links, which you can edit under the link button, either unlink them or click on the link, and you can insert or edit here. For external links, I like to mark open link in a new window or page, so that if they're exiting our page, it'll open up in a new window, and ours will stay there for browsing continued on the page. Here under categories, you can see we have a couple defaults set up. Newsletters, which is really our news and notes, any new updates like that. Events, which would just be event postings from the emails Todd sends out. On grounds, which is more of a sort of alumni or interest piece. And then perspectives, which are Wahoo perspectives. Here under tags, you can see this is Cavaliers Care photos for the UVA Club of Atlanta volunteering at a food bank. And so I've tagged it. Now tags, there's really not a science to it. It's kind of what you feel, except for a couple things that we try to do. We want to make sure that if it's a post on for a region, a local club, we tag it with Atlanta, whatever the event or signature thing is, in this case Cavaliers Care, and photos. Now for people finding it in searches, I also tagged it with Atlanta Community Food Bank. A couple other things here. Under the published widget, you can see the status is published. You can edit that. Pending review is how they'll come in when they're submitted from volunteers on the new site, and draft. Ours is published already, so any changes we make, we can update. The visibility is also important here. It can be public, password protected, or private. Private would only be viewable once you're logged into the site, like in the admin here. And then password protected, you could access it as long as you have a password. Alright. What's very important is when you're making changes, either on a new post or to an old post, you want to click Preview Changes to get a look at what they'll look like on the website before actually posting it. Okay, so you can see here we have a slideshow that's been inserted. with different photos, a little bit of text with that link that will open up when you click it in a new browser tab rather than in the same window. Okay, and then inserted a photo here. You'll find that when it comes to inserting slideshows or posts, if there's a slideshow and there's not another photo in it, WordPress will actually insert a photo from the slideshow in a sort of random way. And so to avoid that, when it's featured anyway, I add an extra photo that links to the photos on Flickr for now. And you can see here under the news and notes, it shows up there in the first one, and this is displayed by order of most recent date posted. Okay, and now also you can see here we have the option to feature on the home page and display posts on all clubs or not. Now we want to, and club leaders like it when we keep it sectioned off to particular clubs. So for Atlanta, we do we search through and add Atlanta that way. The featured image is the one that comes up on the home page, so you can see that here. And what's important to remember about these featured images is they need to be a little better quality, and they're also a 3:1 pixel ratio. So 3 more pixels wide than it is tall. And that is something that you want to make sure you edit before uploading it in case it crops it in a weird way. That is posts. We also have the media library, which you can access. If I wanted to add photos in here at any point, I could just enter add media. Now we can do upload files this way, or we can add what's already in the media library. I could put in a photo, sort of choose the thumbnail size, and insert it into the post. And you can see it goes right in there. And of course I don't want that in there, so I can just delete it. Okay, now let's take a look at pages. Okay, pages are going to be set up in the same way, okay, except the difference is that they are static rather than going through like a blog roll. So we see here on Wahoo Perspectives Wanted, this would be, you can click on the view page there. This is what it looks like to the outside world, very similar to a post. The difference is that it's not, a page is going to stay at this link, and it won't be moving through the blog roll there, where moving off due to most recent posts. So it's something, we want pages for the more like information about signature initiatives and that kind of thing. And here again, the WYSIWYG editor is pretty straightforward. It's just kind of like working in Word. Default template is usually the one what it'll default to, and we won't have to worry about changing that. And again, you have the status, published, visibility, and updating there. If we wanted to add a new page, for example, then this is where we would add all content, the title, header, and then click publish. And of course we'd want to preview it first before adding to anything new. Okay, one more thing I'll show you, or a couple more things we can talk about. First though, forms. And it's just like anything else, but we'll need a video with a lot more in-depth before we start going into forms. Forms are added in the same way, and then inserted into posts and pages the same as any other media. Okay, and then slideshows too. Or with a slideshow, when you click Add New, the standard options are usually fine, and you would just add a slideshow through the image slide, and then say Insert here, okay, and then publish it. And then if you wanted to add it to a post, you would go to, again, we got Add Media, Insert Slideshow, or Add Form. You can do Insert Slideshow this way, and let's say the Long Island Club. Insert it, and then Preview, and it sort of shows in that way there, the slideshow as a post, and we would edit all the title and the information there. Okay. As you can see, what the important thing to remember about WordPress is that use the preview often, and don't worry about breaking it, because there's a way to recover it. Even in the sort of, you can check in the posts here, we want to avoid it, but if I were to move it to trash and click apply, which is a multi-step process, it says item moved to the trash, I could still undo it. So that's important to remember, that whatever's done, whatever is broken, we can fix it. Okay, so we'll open it up to questions now and see how it goes from there.